Women of Reddit, what are some things you would recommend to men to be better boyfriends? Honestly, I have the best boyfriend ever and he taught me these things. 1. Ask your own girlfriend what you can do to be better for her too. You guys should be a team, not just you. This helps in arguments. Remind yourself you are a team and that you shouldn't bring your own teammate down. 3. Don't hide your feelings. Be completely open with her. 4. Surprise her every once in a while. And I'm not saying it has to be money. My favorite thing is when I get surprised with notes. 5. Ask her how she is every day and make sure to be there for her 100% when she's down. 6. If she asks you to stop doing something or do something more, listen. Even if you don't agree, compromise on something you both can work with. 7. He always does things for me. Do little things. I say I'm thirsty while laying down. He'll go grab it. Say I want chocolate milk. He'll say let's go. Say I want medicine, he'll put the medicine on the table for me with a glass of water. Main point of it all, be there and truly care. That's how you can be a good boyfriend. Be open about how you feel and make sure she is too. It's harder than it is written on Reddit, but the good times and the meaningful efforts will mean everything in the end. No one said relationships are easy, but the right person makes it completely worth it. You have to be willing to grow into a better person. Lastly, yes, doing all this can make you a better boyfriend, but make sure she's doing enough back too. Like I said in number 2, it should be a team. Best of luck to you. Just hugged her for no reason sometimes. Yes, if she's a hug person, random hugs, plus little kisses on the cheek, forehead, shoulder, are so super cute. Sometimes I'll hear running, then my husband will launch himself through the door of whatever room I'm in, give me a hug and a kiss, then run away again. The hug rocket has reached the station. Affirm your affection for them by saying nice things, or qualities you like about them. You're so, I love that you do that. Anything that shows your reassurance that they are the best. Honestly, get excitable. Nothing kills a conversation like when a man tries to look cool and not geek out when they want to. Seeing a dude get excited over their interests is adorable. If you never show how excited you are about a hobby subject interest, you know you'll be getting socks for Christmas. Joke's on you. My boyfriend's favorite gift is new socks. My girlfriend confirms. Apparently when I talk to her about wrestling coming to the city or something comic book related, I'm like a child. She has no idea about those things but will encourage the conversation. Usually then get a pat on the head. Man here. Taking notes. Be tidy, clean and hygienic. Hug and cuddle without pressuring for sex. Listen and remember what she says. Say nice things you notice about her. Don't have sex with other girls. Share feelings. Probably the hardest one. So having sex with other men is still on the table, as long as you say no Cheeto first, you're all good. Just take a moment to reflect on what conversations you're having and what you're bringing to them. I know there's this idea that your partner is the person you can vent to, but is that all you're doing? Try to be mindful that your partner also has difficult times. Are you as available to listen to them as they are for you? Do all, or even most of your conversations turn into a back and forth of complaints about work traffic? Are those complaints really worth the time you're dedicating to them? I recently suggested to my boyfriend that, hey, let's make the bed a no complaining zone. I brought it up because every single night I would find myself just laying in the dark rolling my eyes as he went on and on about the same issues with the same coworkers every single night. Even nights when he didn't work would end up this way. Now we have a rule of, if this is really something that you want to talk about right this moment, we'll go sit on the sofa and talk. It gives you a moment to just consider if it's really that big of an issue or not. What he's found is that usually it's not worth it, and I've seen a positive change in him. He seems happier now that he's not dwelling on small stuff. I discovered a while back that most of my idle conversation was based around things I hated. Like, man, I hate this traffic, or that movie we saw recently had some detail that I hated, etc. There wasn't any particular reason for this. I wasn't an unhappy person in general. It was just an easy default position to fall into. When I realized I was doing it, I made a point to switch gears. I'd idly talk about things I enjoyed, and I'd go out of my way to find the silver lining in things. As it turned out, this had a huge impact on my with a marriage, because it meant that our interactions were now mostly positive, and when she didn't feel like she had to tune out my negativity, she was more involved and happy. If you are enjoying this video, Please like it. It helps my channel grow. Surprise her sometimes by remembering something you shared and calling back to it. Remember when you said you weren't hungry and then ate half my nachos and most of the guac? I do. And then I pulled the waiter aside to have him tell you it's a rule that one person can't eat all the fully loaded nachos and leave all of the bare nachos. And I'm getting just chips, like mostly just chips. I have a bad memory, so I write down in my journal my special memories with the girls I'm intimate with. Girls, hey honey, was it you by any chance that I saw the eclipse with last year? Or was I still dating Emily then? Remember when you cheated and we both had gonorrhea? Communicate instead of yelling. I have made a pact with myself to never be with a person ever again who doesn't make an effort to communicate with me. It's paid off immensely and I'm super happy with a wonderful man now who I never argue with, when all my previous relationships were torrentially toxic and abusive. I'm not saying not arguing ever is normal, but it definitely isn't normal when people yell and cuss as a communicative norm. Edit. All these upvotes give me hope. DBT therapy is something I highly recommend for anybody who has grown up around yelling and is trying to make a positive change. Especially the module emotional regulation. I've been in it for 6 months and it truly has changed my life. A how are you text and a thinking about you text etc goes a long way. Oh no, reverse card. A how am I text and a thinking about me text. Affirmations and validation work well. Sorry, I'm semi-stupid. What does that mean? You're not stupid, you just haven't encountered this yet. Example validation. Your feelings make sense. It's okay to be mad, sad, hurt by that. Or I don't think I understand. Can you help me understand what you mean? Validation works when built on the premise that everyone's behavior is based on some kind of rationality. It makes sense to them. No one does stupid or bad things on purpose. When you take time to understand how they perceived something, you will often be able to validate their emotions. I understand why you would feel that way. Once validated, people are generally more open to alternatives. Example affirmation. I like you for the person you are good. I love you, even when you're not perfect. I honestly feel like being a good boyfriend is very subjective. Of course you want do all the broad, good person stuff like being invested and supportive of her life, being kind etc, but get to know her. Find out what she likes and what she appreciates. What's her love language? What are the small things that can really take things to the next level for your relationship? What triggers her, or makes her upset? What are her turn on turn offs? Pay attention. Get to know the person you're dating, and invest in them. Hugs and affection with no ulterior motive. Sometimes I like to be held without feeling like he's wanting to frick me. I've had relationships grind to a halt. Pun intended, because even after I explicitly mentioned I wasn't feeling the frick frack, whomever I was dating would take any physical affection as a sign I changed my mind. It meant that once I knew he wanted to have sex, I couldn't be casually affection with him, or I'd have to turn him down 3-4 times or just deal with him grinding up against me while I was trying to sleep. Explain how you feel. We want to know what you're feeling. Clean up after yourself. For God's sake, clean up after yourselves. I actually have this theory that the clean up after yourself narrative is half the problem. Cleaning up after yourself is the absolute minimum anyone should be doing. What's more helpful and less talked about is maintenance cleaning. Sweeping outside, mopping the floors, giving the fridge a deep clean, wiping down the light switches and skirting boards, dusting, organizing the laundry room, and cleaning the oven. Putting your own socks in the hamper isn't impressive if you're not emptying the bathroom bin, giving the linen cupboard a declutter, or taking off the couch cushion covers to give them a wash from time to time too. Then it means someone else is doing all of this while also cleaning up after themselves. Don't clean up after just yourself. Do some of the other stuff too. I may hang out with your friends like one of the guys or play video games like one of the guys, but I am not one of the guys. I am your girlfriend. Give me attention outside of hanging with your friends. Do things with me other than what you like to do with your friends, and spend quality time with me away from your friends. Not as a special treat, not as a holiday surprise, but as a normal part of our relationship. Pay attention to what she says and remember the little things. Show appreciation for what she does for you. Put in equal work around the house. Encourage her and support her aspirations. Don't flipping cheat. Showing appreciation is a big one. I have a bunch of thank you cards in my desk and I will mail them to our house to thank her for a blowjob. I am writing to formally acknowledge the great courtesy you showed me on the 5th of this month when we became a trifle inattentive while watching Black Mirror on Netflix. Your ongoing commitment to my continued pleasure in this relationship is noted and appreciated. Yours in Christ, D. Hee hee ha ha ha. Hi friends, if you enjoyed this video please like it and subscribe or don't. I'm not your boss.